evil ACLU and OC judge tries to force a sheriff to let criminals loose because, COVID. And some half-decent judges, apparently, maybe, point out Nevada Democrat governor's special oppression of churches. This is the end of Hour 2 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, Thursday, December 17th, 2020. Stay tuned for Hour 3 after JLP, the Hake Report. That's me. But first, Hake news, not fake news. Communist judge, well, I'm calling him communist, pushes ACLU pro-criminal chaos. The Epoch Times reports that California sheriff refuses to release 1,800 inmates after a judge's order. County Superior Court Judge Peter Wilson, a Schwarzenegger-appointed judge who came out of the 80s South Africa DOJ, who's born in South Africa, on Friday ordered the release of 50%, this past Friday, 50% or 1,858 inmates out of 3,716, supposedly to curb the Chinese/commie virus spread, right? I have no intention of releasing any of these individuals from my custody, said Sheriff Don Barnes. Pushing back against the order, he went on, "We're going to file an appeal and we're going to fight it. And if this judge has any intent of releasing any of these individuals, any one of these individuals, he will have to go through line by line, name by name, and tell me which ones he is ordering released." Sheriff Barnes tweeted a statement that many were suspected or convicted of violent crimes in his who are in custody right now. He appeared on Fox and Friends the other day. I saw him. So-called Judge Wilson's order arose from a lawsuit filed in April by the Un-American Civil Liberties Union, the communist ACLU, enemies of America, on behalf of inmates, right? Always for the guilty, never for the innocent, that sought to protect the Orange County jail's most vulnerable. Public safety does not mean crime, ACLU's Jacob Reisberg said, defending Wilson's ruling. Public safety also means that, is there a hospital bed open if you get sick? And if there's a massive outbreak in the jail, which this depopulation order is trying to avoid, there will not be hospital capacity in Orange County for people on the outside who get COVID. Barnes explained that to date, some 1,400 low-level offenders have already been released since March. The remaining inmates are serious offenders, he said. Of the medically vulnerable, 90 of them are in custody for murder or attempted murder, 94 for child molestation, said Barnes. And Democrats in Nevada and New York treated Christians worse than anyone else. The court sides with churches reversing Nevada's COVID restrictions on houses of worship, according to the Epoch Times and the far-left AP. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals on Tuesday sided with two Nevada churches that earlier this year challenged Democrat Governor Steve Sisolak's limits on places of worship to a maximum of 50 people or 25% capacity, whichever is less. Other businesses, including restaurants and casinos, are subject to 25% capacity, but no hard cap on people. Church lawyers, including Alliance Defending Freedom, argued that the governor had arbitrarily ordered tougher restrictions on religion compared to other businesses in the state. A lower court refused to grant a preliminary injunction to prevent enforcement while the lawsuit happened. Three-member panel wrote that even in a pandemic, their word, the Constitution cannot be put away and forgotten. The restrictions effectively barring many from attending religious services strike at the heart of the First Amendment guarantee of religious liberty. A recent SCOTUS Supreme Court ruling forced their hand. They referred to a ruling by the Supreme Court that blocked COVID restrictions on houses of worship in New York as a seismic shift in free exercise law. Their Supreme Court's decision in Roman Catholic diocese compels us to reverse the district court, the filing reads. Just like the New York restrictions, the directive treats numerous secular activities and entities significantly better than religious worship services. Casinos, bowling alleys, retail businesses, restaurants, arcades, and other similar secular entities are limited to a 50% of fire code capacity. Yet houses of worship are limited to 50 people, regardless of their fire code capacities. In a separate opinion, they reverse restrictions in another church. I'm James Hake. Now on to Jesse, Hour 3.